Am I the fool for telling my mom to get a job just like everyone else? Throwaway account because my main has personal info. My 34 female mother, 59 female, has not worked for the last 30 years. When we were little, Dad worked and she was a psalm. She refused to work even when we were older. I remember my parents fighting about it. After their divorce, Mom remarried almost instantly and relied on her, much older, husband, who died last year leaving everything for his adult kids and almost nothing for her. After the death of her second husband, Mom moved in with my brother and his wife. She was supposed to look after their kids while they work. This didn't work out and they are kicking her out, which is totally my mom's fault. I told her multiple times this would happen if she continued to act like she did. She was extremely mean to SIL, tried to run their household, acted like the queen, refused to watch the kids full time, which was their original agreement. She only watched them like half day twice a week, and when she did she neglected them like not changing a poopy diaper for God knows how long because she was hoping SIL would be back soon and do it, which resulted in baby getting a very nasty rash, etc. etc. Now she wants to move in with me. She's claiming she'd help with the kid. I have a 2 years old. I told her no. I saw what happened to my brother and SIL. You caused major issues in their marriage and I will not risk it. After all, you always told us adult children should never live with their parents. Yes, we were both kicked out at 18 right after we finished school. She started crying and saying she doesn't have anywhere to go. She has until the end of the month to leave my brother's house. I told her neither did I when she kicked me out at 18 and I went to live on my friend's couch, but I worked and eventually rented a room, so I guess that's what she should do. That's what everyone else does. She asked me to at least pay her rent until she gets back on her feet. I said no, you're a healthy working age person, you should not be freeloading. That's exactly what she told me when I was 18. We had a very big fight, but I refused to let her move in or give her money. I'm sure she should still have some from her inheritance, and I know for a fact my brother gave her money, so I didn't feel guilty at all. Now, multiple relatives are texting me, basically saying me and SIL are horrible people. Mom's dead husband's son called to scold me, telling me my mom is my responsibility and not theirs, so I should do what's right. I do not feel guilty, but perhaps that's what makes me the AH. Am I? I do feel bad about people claiming I'm a bad daughter. Mainly because my mother was never a model mom herself. She never put her kids first and was generally disinterested in us unless she needed something. I mean, if she were nice, I'd be happy to have her near.
Am I the fool for not giving more money to my wife? I have an 18-year-old daughter and a 17-year-old stepdaughter. When my wife and I got married, we had some agreements, including that cooking will be her job since she is a psalm and I'm the breadwinner. The problem is that my wife makes tuna sandwiches twice a week. I don't hate tuna, but at this point I'm starting to hate it because of how often I eat it. My daughter hates tuna. She is not picky. This is the only thing she hates. Well, my wife claims that it's her daughter's favorite food, so we need to get used to eating it. Yesterday I come home from work, my daughter is eating a burger and fries. I hate fast food. She knows she is not allowed to eat junk food. I ask her why she is not eating the food my wife made. She says because it was tuna again. I asked my wife why she didn't cook anything else for her. She shrugs and says she already cooked one meal and won't make another meal. She then asked me for money to go shopping for herself. I tell her I gave her money yesterday, so I'm not giving her more money today. If she won't do her job well, then why would I do mine? Plus she just wanted money to buy a Gucci bag or something like that. I told her since she is only doing the minimum and not feeding my child well, then I'm also doing the minimum from now on, so no luxuries for her. She will only get the essentials. She got angry and called me an asshole and said it's not her job to feed my kid. I said it's not my job to feed yours either. She is sleeping in the guest room now and won't talk to me. Edit, after thinking about it for a while, I made my final decision. I informed my wife that from now on my daughter and I will be eating out every night. There is a very good restaurant with a diverse menu near our house that we used to go to a lot before I got married. We will be eating there from now on. As for my wife and her daughter, since they seem to be very obsessed with tuna, PB&J, nuggets, etc., that's what I will be buying for them from now on. Since my wife seems to be uninterested in good food, then there is no point in buying other foods for them. That's all they get. I will of course continue providing all the necessities for them, but since she is not doing her job, then I don't see a reason for her to get any luxuries. She will get a small amount of fun money and that's it. Of course she threw a tantrum when she found out and is currently yelling at me as I'm writing this, but I'm not gonna change my mind.
Am I the fool for clapping back at my roommate who constantly age shames me? My 21 female, college roommate, 22 female, is very introverted and has a slew of self-diagnosed mental illnesses, anxiety, depression, OCD. I'm very social and outgoing, and I enjoy partying and having friends. Every time I'm on my way out to a party, she acts like I'm trying too hard or being childish. She thinks it's impossible that anyone could actually enjoy socializing, and that people only go to parties to appear cool. She is convinced everyone secretly longs to stay in every night like her. She also age shames me all the time, implying that I'm too old for clubbing or partying, even though I just recently became legal. I came back from a college party, and she was in her pajamas eating on the floor like always. We started talking, and she said I grew out of my party phase freshman year. When do you think you'll grow out of it? You're not a freshman anymore. Aren't you a little old to go clubbing? And implied that I'm old and washed up like she does. I said I'm sorry that I didn't switch from introvert to extrovert when I became a college junior. We can't all be mentally ill introverts. She then said I'm why she hates extroverts, and that I'm disgustingly ableist. Even though all her mental illnesses are self-diagnosed. Am I the fool? Am I the fool for clapping back at my roommate who constantly age shames me? My 21 female, college roommate, 22 female, is very introverted and has a slew of self-diagnosed mental illnesses, anxiety, depression, OCD. I'm very social and outgoing, and I enjoy partying and having friends. Every time I'm on my way out to a party, she acts like I'm trying too hard or being childish. She thinks it's impossible that anyone could actually enjoy socializing, and that people only go to parties to appear cool. She is convinced everyone secretly longs to stay in every night like her. She also age shames me all the time, implying that I'm too old for clubbing or partying, even though I just recently became legal. I came back from a college party, and she was in her pajamas eating on the floor like always. We started talking, and she said I grew out of my party phase freshman year. When do you think you'll grow out of it? You're not a freshman anymore. Aren't you a little old to go clubbing? And implied that I'm old and washed up like she does. I said I'm sorry that I didn't switch from introvert to extrovert when I became a college junior. We can't all be mentally ill introverts. She then said I'm why she hates extroverts, and that I'm disgustingly ableist. Even though all her mental illnesses are self-diagnosed. Am I the fool? Am I the fool for canceling my baby shower that my mom planned? I'm 31 female, 30 weeks pregnant with my first baby. My mom, 58 female, volunteered to plan my baby shower, which I thought was great since my relationship with my family has been strained for a while. I told her all that I would like, such as theme, decorations, guest list, food, etc. I knew she never planned big events like this, so I told her to get and call my fiancé's mom, 54F, since she has experience planning big events, and to get the guest list from her for my fiancé's side of the family because my fiancé, 36M, doesn't have all the contact info for them. She told me she would, and weeks pass. I come to find out that she never called her, and my fiancé's mom took the initiative to call her and offered help. My mom declined and didn't get the guest list. She told my fiancé's mom that she could make food. I had to also take the initiative to keep calling my mom weekly to offer help since she wasn't updating me to let me know what was happening with my baby shower. She always declined my help and never offered any info on what's going on with my baby shower. My fiancé's mom called my fiancé yesterday to let him know that my mom never called her back on what to make for the baby shower or got a guest list from her. I was so confused since I was under the impression that they'd been in contact more than once. I called my mom and asked her why she didn't call her back to tell her what to make and didn't get her guest list. She got defensive towards me and tried to blame me for her not doing any of it. She only invited my fiancé's mom and sister. Nobody else on his side of the family. I hung up on her once. She said, "Would anyone even come, or are you trying to make me feel shitty?" My dad, 60M, called me and yelled at me over this situation, and he got hung up on since I'm not getting yelled at 30 weeks pregnant. We had a back and forth through text after the call until my dad told me that he's taking my mom to urgent care. About 20 minutes pass and my dad calls me back. He argues with me and throws up funding my college in my face even though I've been financially independent for nearly 10 years. They always make me feel bad about getting me material things that I never asked for yet never listen to what I really need, which is for them to just listen and be there for me. The boiling point is when my mom flat out lies in front of my dad since both are on the call claiming that my fiancé's mom never called her. That was it for me. I told them to cancel the baby shower this weekend and that I'm done. She blatantly lied to save her own ass and tried to blame someone else instead of apologizing and taking any accountability. She disrespected my fiancé's family and didn't even invite any of them besides mom and sister, even though there's family in the area. I haven't heard from them since yesterday and just feel heartbroken and so stressed out. On top of it, my estranged sister, 27 female, sent me horrible evil vile texts that included my unborn child. Am I the fool?